Going live.
And we're live.
Hello and welcome to That's PTX To Me, a podcast where us Pentaholics discuss the latest and greatest from our favorite acapella superstars, Pentatonix, and celebrate the amazing Pentaholic community. This is our 59th episode, recorded on Thursday, January 11th, 2024. My name is Hassan, and it's been too long, and you know what? We can't do this podcast without the one and only Karen. How are you, Karen?
It's been a long, long time. Hi, guys. I missed you so much. It's been it's more than a long time. It's been a criminally long time, and I have missed you very, very much. I'm so glad to be back, though.
I know it has been so long, but it just doesn't feel right with just the two of us.
No,
I think
not
we're
at all.
missing something.
I think so.
Well, that's right. We have Catie.
Katie. Bow, bow, bow.
This was so wild, but the minute Hassan just did the hello and welcome, I honestly, I started tearing up a little bit, kind of
Love
losing my mind. Hello.
I was like,
everybody.
going back and do I remember how to do this? And I started to read the intro, and I was like, oh no, it's still in my memory.
No,
It was
it's still there.
down. It's just back.
You don't even have to think about it, especially you were doing newborn life with the
Right.
podcast
Yes.
happening too.
Yes. Well, and I
yeah.
love that every single time when he says the number of the episode, Katie and I both go, "What? How?" Yeah, I know. It's I can't believe we've done this much.
At the Google Doc that has.
I know. We've already read it. We already know, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hello everybody. I have a little reminder here about remind everyone where to find the podcast. To be honest, I don't remember all the platforms that it's on.
Wait
but
a
I know
minute,
it's on
hold on.
Apple
Let's see.
Podcasts, Spotify.
I was about to say, I think I can do this. Podbean,
Okay.
Apple Podcast, Spotify. Yeah.
Google
Google
Playlist?
Podcasts,
I think Google Podcasts. Yeah.
Sure.
I think so. Sure.
I love coming in with that confidence of I can do this. And then I just repeat what he says.
But yeah, thank you all for listening. And actually, we have some folks in the chat, so I want to give some shout outs to people in the chat. We got Joel in there.
Of course we do. Hi,
is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? See what I did there? Welcome back, you guys.
Fun.
What's up, Joel? Ian Kim 2. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Daniel Hernandez.
Cool.
Oh my
we
gosh.
got Kate in Canada.
Nice, Kate. Yay.
We got Psycho Orange. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Taylor Boyland.
Hi, Taylor. Taylor, you're supposed to be getting ready to teach in the morning. This is too late for you, Taylor.
We got Ryuma Wakaki.
Oh God! Oh wow! Right. Cool.
We got David Demore.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah. So many friends with us. That's cool.
I know. Genevieve LaFrance.
Nice.
This is so exciting. Quite literally. Wait. When did I say the last episode? August 2020?
August. Yeah. Yeah.
So much has happened.
So much has happened. And then we, I think it was actually last year, August, so a year after, we just got together to catch up on a Zoom, just with us. But, we're now podcast time. It's another 6 months, or so since then.
That's wild.
It's insane.
Yeah. Well, it certainly has been a long, long time. And so we wanted to just catch up.
Yeah.
So, Hassan, what's that's changed in your world recently?
Oh my gosh, what is going on? Well, for one, because Idris, he was born during this whole podcast process, through this journey. He's now 3 years old. So that's time for you.
Yikes.
And he started preschool this past fall, which has been interesting because we've all been constantly getting sick. But also it's been, a fun experience just kind of seeing, we get the little daily updates of the pictures and videos of what he's doing at school. And, he'll bring home little, arts and crafts and things that he's been doing. And, it's, full on 3-year-old time, complete with, the tantrums and stuff, but also like the most, fun and interesting, conversations. And he's in that stage right now of like, oh, why do we do this? Or tell me more. Like he's so curious and just wanting to like ask about things.
I wish I could tell you that goes away. It does not. Enjoy it. It's your life now.
Yeah.
The same little angel child who we had a baby shower for you for,
yes.
and who you texted the host group message and was like, "We're at the hospital. It's go time." Is now in school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Full on conversations, personality, everything. You ask him about trains. You ask him about clocks. He loves clocks.
Wow.
I don't know what any kind of digital clocks, analog clocks, alarm clocks, grandfather clock, anything. He will spot it from a mile away. Like we're literally like at a grocery store and he's like clock, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And you'll look on like the packaging of like an orange juice or something, and there's a tiny little thing of a clock, and he like spotted it from down the aisle. Like he just, it's like a sixth sense.
Digital, analog. It doesn't have
that.
times. He just
anything, any kind of clock. He will, yeah. He loves like he has a watch. He'll wear. He loves, and just anything.
That's stinking adorable. That's so cute.
We went to went to Pennsylvania last year and took him to there's a clock museum in Pennsylvania, and we also took him to the Strasburg Railroad, and they had a Thomas the Tank Engine, like a day out with Thomas, like they had a whole thing there.
That's just like a 3-year-old boy's
two favorite things.
Yeah. Wow.
That you did better on that day than Disney World.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he literally like every few days he'll ask me to look at pictures of that on my phone. Like he just wants to relive that all the time.
Yeah, you did it with that one. That's good.
Okay. Preschool, we've got like the memories. Like, is he starting to like check in with you to be like, is this memory right? Like, did we do this? Have I done that? Like, do I know that? Like,
honestly, I feel like he remembers stuff better than I do. Like he'll pick up this car, this Hot Wheels toy or whatever, and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember. It came from my aunt or whatever for this occasion." And I'm like, "Really? Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it." Like, and he's right.
Wow.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah.
How cool! How cool!
It's very familiar.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
And then we also have a new 12-year-old in the house, or not in the house.
We do. 2 days ago. Yes. My little child who was, I get like 4 at our first Pentacon is now 12. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's throw up a little bit about that. So yeah, she's a full-on preteen, 6th grade, and doing all of the sporty things that I don't understand because I was a band kid. So I'm glad that she's also in band. She's a percussionist, which is, the last thing I would have picked, but she's really very, very good. And she likes xylophone. That's probably her favorite. Well, and snare drum. So
nice.
I know she's a star. And all of the things that you were saying about like, oh, what a great memory. Yeah, that's Lila all over too. She's, oh no, I wore that shirt to such and such event 6 years ago, and I'm like, she's correct. Can't remember the easy, unload the dishwasher stuff, but she can remember what she wore 6 years ago for sure. So
the important stuff,
Yeah, the important stuff. Yeah,
I love it.
I know it.
We got to talk to her at the beginning.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we have like a 30-minute catch up before we go live with our stuff, and we were very tempted to just like, let's just turn it on and just keep doing this. Like, we don't need to talk about anything else. I know. It's like,
And we kind of are so
yeah,
far,
we kind
right?
of are. Yes, we kind of are.
Yeah.
So, Catie, how's the school year going for you?
So, wow. Since 2022,
Mm.
I moved schools. I was teaching first grade.
Mhm.
I'm back to teaching third grade, but at the school I moved to last year. So this is my second year at this school. And I loved first grade. Like my master's is in early childhood. Like I love the
Mhm.
littles. But third graders are just freaking cool. Like
Yeah.
we get each other on like a different level that first graders just didn't. I had to take some time to like learn first grade. Like some things would just go over their head. Third graders, we just click and it's so fun. I love my team. Um, I'm kind of getting my groove at this school. Like my old school, I had been at for 9 years. So I wasn't used to being the new kid,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was weird having to ask people like where is this or what do you do for the like I wasn't used to it and like I don't consider myself a very like prideful person, but there was a little bit of like pride that had to be swallowed to be like
Mhm.
I have to not know this, like like I
Yeah.
don't know this. And that was a very good, it helped me become even a better teacher and kind of look at what I value in a school, in a grade level. So that was good. This school year has been going well. I like this group and um I got to work um with a theater company this summer in North Carolina doing Jersey Boys again. I got to do wardrobe supervisor. So
I
got to
love
have
those.
my little like theater bug in me, like, fulfilled before I went back to the teaching side. So yeah, things are pretty good. Things are pretty
Mhm.
good. Hoping for some snow days.
We might get one tomorrow here for sure. Yeah.
I know. I know.
Awesome.
I wish that our kids would like get actual snow days though. Like I feel so torturous having to do e-learning.
Right. Like, let them
Oh.
have a day to go be reckless in the streets, right? I don't
And like
know.
if
That's
we
what we
were
did.
I would be like, go have a snow day. But I have to like show my administration that I have like a schedule, that I'm doing my minute, like my
So is that, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but yeah, so is that now just a thing where like I guess snow days are really just virtual days now? So there's no true
yeah.
snow days.
It depends on the district. I don't think, I mean, this year we haven't set up for our kids any sort of virtual
Okay.
backup. So if it's out, we're out. But last year it would have been if they could have swung it just because we were still kind of in COVID mode or whatever. But this year they're just like, nope, we're back to whatever. So,
It was interesting because
Gotcha.
even like these kids would have been in wait, so if they were born, my students were born like in 2015. So they would have been like kindergarten,
kindergarten. Hmm.
COVID
Yeah.
time, and stuff like that. But it was
Oh,
crazy. Like we haven't
so they
had a
never had a normal year. Oh, poor
no,
babies.
never.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
so wild though. Like we haven't had a virtual day this year. But usually the first part of my day is like, okay, we all stay muted. Like, yes, you can
Mm.
show me your cat. Yes, let's do a scavenger hunt. We'll do all
Cute.
the things. So like these kids, like I didn't even have to give like expectations. Like they went into e-learning like they had done it their whole lives, which I was
Wow.
like, oh, they kind of have done it their whole
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
It's kind of depressing, but yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we're happy and busy, busy and happy. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We're getting it. Getting it.
And you know who else has been Busy and happy?
Oh, let me guess. Our favorites. Oh, our beloveds, our nerds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Like, gosh, it's been a very long time since we have been doing this, guys. You
we were
realize that?
trying
Like,
to go back and like think through everything that's happened, and we're
mhm.
so petrified that we have forgotten something.
I'm sure we're gonna miss more than we're gonna get, to be perfectly honest, if we go through what they're
I
doing.
think we're really today just going to cover some highlights, talk about things, but it's
Yeah.
just know if you're coming to us for like the latest updates, the comprehensive news, I'm sorry.
I
don't
can
know that
direct
this
you
is
to
going to be
some
the right.
I can direct you to some very informed people that will catch you up, but this is not that. This is not that. Yeah.
It used to be us, but you know, um,
Well,
but before we
mhm.
do that,
I think it's time for Song of the Week. Song of the Week.
And
So
we're going to do, how many weeks has it been? So we have to do that many songs. No.
I thought it would be a good idea for us to do a song of this week that is what's on our playlist this week, and then also kind of what is the song that kind of made the top tier for the past year that we've been apart, which is kind of sad that it's been that long since we've done this, but I think it's cute. I listened to Catie's Song of the Week, and I'd heard it before, but I listened to it again today, and it made my heart just jump out of my chest. So I'm going to let her start because it's great.
okay, I'm doing my week song.
Yeah, do your week song.
Okay, my song of the week is, oh my gosh, is in my head the cover by Andrew Barth Feldman and Joe Serafini, and it is like the prettiest, most like, what do you call, like, is it staccato, like very like choppy a little bit, you know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Well, and
it'll be
it's multimeter. Like it's not just a
okay.
straight meter. Like it's yeah.
Got it. Okay, thank you. See, my our expert. But it's very, so the song is about like two people who kind of have like a crush on each other when they see each other, but then they're kind of like, "Oh my gosh, did you see that? Like did you notice that? Like did you get that flirtation?"
Mhm.
And they're getting really excited, but then all of a sudden they're like, "Wait, but what if I'm being stupid and I'm making up all these signs?" And it's like
Yeah.
the cutest thing in the entire world. I have made, like, if you've been with me more than 10 minutes recently, I've made you listen to it at least 3 times. And my favorite part is how they can go from this really like pretty upbeat tempo and like fast to like this beautiful falsetto that's so pretty in their head voice. And it's just like both of these guys are so talented in their own rights, like musicianally, like, like
Mhm.
with instruments and as singers. And both of them were on High School Musical, the musical, the series. Andrew was in season 2. He was at the rivalry high school. Um, but obviously Dear Evan Hansen, all that good stuff. But
Mhm.
then Joe plays Sebastian or Seb, and it's just such a good song. It is such a good song, and I love it. And the people who wrote it are in the video, like watching. It's just a very cool,
It's
cool.
cute.
I love it. It's awesome. Do you want me to do? Are we just doing week right now? Or are we doing year 2?
Let's just do week right now and we'll come back around if that
Cool, cool, cool.
works.
But yeah, that's my song of the week. I always feel like I have to like prove why it's my song of the week.
I do the same thing.
I'm like, in
I,
this essay, I'm going to tell you.
no, I do the same thing.
Everyone, check it out.
No, I get it. Oh, I apologize. My puppy's barking. So I'm gonna go next because mine has some similar ideas because it is like it feels like a song from a musical type of a song.
Yep.
And it is called Pure as the Driven Snow. And it is from the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And for those of you who don't know this about me, I am kind of Hunger Games trash. Like, I am obsessed with the series. I've listened to the audiobooks many, many, many times, and I've seen all the movies many times. And it was kind of like my thing, like before. Yes, Hassan's got the book for there. Yes, it is. Yeah, it was a great movie. It was one of those that I got to kind of share with my daughter and my best friend, that like we were super into it when we were in college. And, you know, like it was just a cool movie experience. And then this particular moment in the film is it's just a really, I think, an exquisite piece of music, of songwriting, where she is talking about how good Coriolanus Snow is, which we all know is completely not true, but he's kind of bamboozled her into thinking that that's true, and how he's pure as the driven snow. And that's kind of her cue as to that she's singing to him. And we're all like, oh, but he's the worst. And, you know, so it's this kind of tense moment in the film as well. And it's kind of the linchpin in the film of two more kind of tragic events that come later in the movie. But I love Rachel Zegler's voice. Like, it's, I mean, unbelievably good. And in this sort of bluegrass format, I think she really does a lot with it. And it's one of my favorite belt in the car kind of songs right now, where I get like people staring at me at red lights and I'm just like, what about it? So like, I don't know. It's a beautiful song. I do feel like I have to, like you said, Catie, I'm like justifying, like, please go listen. It's a masterclass in like breath control and support as far as from her singing ability. But I also think that, like, you know, the song is written, it's lyrics that are written by the book's author, set to music from like the score composer. So it's like this really cool joining of the written word versus like setting it to music by someone else. And I think that's kind of interesting, how that may not have been the melody that she chose when she was writing the book, but this is what it is now. And I think they did a really good job interpreting that without her like standing over them and saying, no, it should sound like this. So so that's my pick. And yeah, Hassan, you're up. What's your song of the week?
Nice. Well, first of all, you made me excited to watch, because I haven't seen the movie yet. I've read the book before, and I had the book on my desk because I want to reread the book before I end up
I would reread
watching the movie.
It's one of the closer adaptations of books like this. Like, when I was watching it, I was like, I can think of like 4 scenes that are not in the film. Like, it's long because they kept very true to it. So
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they knew that we would be watching it very critically of like, how come you didn't have this line in it? So yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Nice. So my song of the week, I tried to stay away from picking something Pentatonix related, but also I haven't listened to a whole lot, unless you want to count like, you know,
like
Let It Go on repeat that Grease has, you know, listens to and stuff.
There have been weeks where you've chosen Baby Shark, the remix, as your song of the week. So honestly,
those were dire times.
Yes.
Yes. We don't want to go back to those times.
It's still a bop. All right, it's fine. So
I was about to say, and rightfully so.
But what I ended up choosing is the song "Expensive" by Andy Grammer featuring Pentatonix. So it's not just PTX, but yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not as eloquent as both of you in describing or convincing on listening to these songs, but you know, it's fun to listen to. I like the beat. It's like, it's, you know, it's not your traditional, it's not like pure acapella, right? So it's but you're getting the amazing, you know, vocals from PTX as part of it. It kind of gives me almost like Superfruit vibes in a way. At least some aspects of it.
There are some,
Um,
the octave harmony. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So it was really interesting. It's one of the ones that like I didn't listen to right when it came out. I kind of had been a little behind on kind of listening to some of the PTX stuff, and then when I was gonna film like a reaction video, I binged a bunch of stuff, and that was like at the end of a whole long reaction to listening to a bunch of stuff. So I was kind of tired, and then it came on. And I just got really excited. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is kind of fun. This is really interesting." And I listened to it. It's definitely a frequent song in the car
Cool.
for sure.
I like that.
You know what? So my first, okay, people forget this, but my first Pentatonix concert was supposed to be them, or Pentatonix opening for Kelly Clarkson
Right?
back in
Hmm.
2015, right? Hassan, like, you know, Hassan
Yeah.
was at his concert ready to go when it got canceled.
Yeah.
2000, yeah. Anyways, but so the next time I was able to see them was in Atlanta for one of their like Jingle Jam concerts or whatever. And hold on, I have a point to this, I promise. But the Christmas concert that I saw was Pentatonix, Andy Grammer, Need to Breathe. So having like Pentatonix, Andy Grammer, but like it's funny that they're like back in, like obviously like back to back, like this time they're together, but I just hearing them together again was kind of like, oh wow, like very nostalgic.
It's cool. Yeah, I'm glad. I like when they do those fun, collabs like that and do something interesting and new.
Do. There's a part of that song, like it reminds me of that Where Are You Now That I Need You, like the really, really close stacked harmonies that are like, that shouldn't work, but I don't know. There's something about that song that harkens back to how I felt when that first came out. So anyway, I do like it.
I remember where I was when they were filming that video. It was Scott's birthday.
The fact, okay, this is that's your superpower, is that you remember nonsense like that. I love you. I love you. Hey, don't hide because you're up next, because you have to tell us now. What is your song of the year, Catie? That's a big ask. That's a big question.
And it is a big question, but I felt solid in my choice because I now have a full-on award show to back me up on this.
Okay.
Because my song of the year is Billie Eilish. Hold on. I'm struggling. What was I made for? I knew what was I made for, but then I got nervous that I was going to say the wrong thing because when there's songs and like it says the same thing over and over and over again, you think that's the name of it.
But it's not the title. Yeah.
Like, no, the song's name is like a Rose, and I'm like, no, it's not. Anyways, okay. Billie Eilish, like, what was I made for? First of all, the Barbie movie might be one of the most important things that's happened to me since we've been podcasting, and I'll take that to the grave. But hearing Billie Eilish talk about, well, Billie Eilish and Phineas talk about like they had seen some of the shots and some of the filming, and they had talked about where they would want their song to fit into this movie. And the idea was they wanted a song that what they were calling Barbie's like heart song, like where she just let herself, like everything wasn't like perfect and pink and like best day ever, but like feeling her feelings and like being okay with like the ebbs and flow of life, and like just hearing Billie Eilish talk about like the placement of where she put some of those notes and how out of it doesn't sound like anything really that like Billie Eilish has ever done, but it is like the perfect part of that movie. And like, I don't know, everyone has had that moment of life where life has kind of kicked you down a little bit. You've had stuff going on, and you just kind of have to like feel your feels. And not to get into too many details, but 2023 kind of kicked my butt just a little bit, and being okay with like knowing what you're made for and knowing that like that's just part of it, and all emotions are good. And also, it's just like a really, really pretty song. So that's my song of the year. That's
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, but they call it Barbie's heart song. Like, how adorable is that?
No. Okay, please don't shoot me. That is the movie that I have not seen yet. So no one would go see it with me. So I was waiting for it to be streamable. So yeah.
I will see it with you.
Okay.
Oh, you even I didn't even pay attention. You got the Barbie shirt.
I have my Barbie shirt on, but this one says Barbie teaches tiny humans. So I saw this read, and we like it was one of those movies that like we had to sit in the movie theater for a little while afterwards.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty emotional, and I think my husband heard that and was just like, yeah, it's not happening. He wasn't in the mood to have a bunch of women crying around him, I think, which is hilarious to me.
It's basically like, Karen, you would just really, really enjoy it because
America, I know.
Like America for like she.
Yeah, no, I've heard that speech, and which is like, I'm like, I know I need to see it, but it's like,
and also there's like,
I know I need to be in the right space.
But there's so many cool things too, like, so wow, I can really go down the rabbit hole. Even like, you know how when like Barbies are driving in their little cars, like their Barbie cars, their cars are out of proportion to their bodies, right?
Cute.
Like,
yeah.
Like when they're driving like an actual Barbie Jeep, like they're out of proportion. So when they're when they're riding in a car in the movie, it's out of proportion to like what like it's just so fun. So well done. It's so well done.
That's cute. Yes, I know. I'm very behind. I was gonna do the whole like, what is it, Barbenheimer, where you're supposed to watch them back to back or something. Like that's my plan. We'll get to it. Honestly, if we have a snow day tomorrow, that's what I'll do.
There you go.
We'll do both. Nice. There you go. Okay. Well, I guess it's my turn then for my song of the year. I'm gonna blow everyone's mind right now, and I know you're not gonna believe it, but it's BTS related.
What?
I know. It's a shock. It's a shock to me too. Yeah, I guess it might have been.
How are you doing?
How am I doing? We're hanging on by a thread. This is so really sad. I have an app on my phone that has like a countdown of days. Like it's very sad. It's okay. I'm okay. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the members of BTS are doing their mandatory military service right now. So, and they're all in right now. We get the first one that enlisted, we get him back in June of this year. So it's getting closer. We were only unsupervised for a little while longer, so it'll be okay. But my dear Jimin, this is the song, he's the person who sings the song I'm going to talk about. He just went in December and broke my heart, but we're going to get through it. It's like, I mean, they're doing what they got to do. So, and by all accounts, they're doing really well. But the song I picked for my song of the year, which is very clearly the song that I've listened to probably the most this year, is called Like Crazy. Part of this chapter that BTS has done right before they went into service was doing solo projects, and this is part of his, and it is, I don't know, it's been really interesting to see like all 7 of them have a really different flavor, very similar to how Pentatonix, like if their solo music is all very different, and so it doesn't necessarily reflect what they do as a group. It's all really, really different colors, and Jimin's is the one that from the beginning has really stood out to me from when I first kind of discovered them. And the song Like Crazy is, I mean, it's as close to perfect as like a K-pop song can be, in my opinion. It's got the perfect beat, the perfect choreography, the perfect kind of message behind it. And it's very much about a time in his life when he was unsettled and unsure about what life is for him. And he was kind of drowning in sorrows a little bit. And it's just like, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to go to the club and kind of dance it out. And that's kind of what it reflects of, I know that I need to face what I'm going through, but I'd rather be, like one of the lines is, I'd rather be lost in the lights. And so he's like, if I just go and I go to the club and or if I'm on stage and I've got this spotlight in my face, I can shut off what's going on in my head for a little while and kind of delay like the reckoning I know that's coming, because I have to make decisions and, grow. But for now, I just want to be lost in the lights, and, whoever's going to be beside me during that time, those are the people that I'm going to make time for, not necessarily the people that I need to. And I don't know, just kind of comes from he wrote that, like, he was very instrumental in all of the writing of his album. And it really shows like that he grew out of that chapter, but was able to address it without reliving it, I guess. So I think that was like a good piece of therapy for him to go like, this is a time where I was very depressed and I was hiding it because I was out partying. People didn't realize it, but the people that were close to me were like, hi, you're going through a thing. Do you get that? And so it's kind of talking about that time, and I love it very much. But like, even like, I mean, the English version is amazing, but even like in the Korean version, even if you're not digging into like what the lyrics mean, it's still just a banger of a pop song. Like, it's just a good song. So
Yeah,
that's why it's my kind of go-to. But anyway, I miss him. And yeah, but it's really good. And also, he looks really, really pretty in the video. So that doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt at all. Okay. All right. You want to close us out on this segment here, Hassan? I love this song. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about this song.
So I chose the iconic Peaches from the Super Mario Brothers movie from Jack Black. First of all, Super Mario Brothers movie, loved it. I cried. Just throwing that out there. They just did it right. They just did it right. It's good. And Jack Black as Bowser, very inspired casting. As soon as they announced it, I was like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I could see it. And he killed it. And this song is just so great. It's his, love song basically towards Princess Peach, but it's just like, it's Jack Black just going all out, full on like theatrical, just kind of just, and especially if you ever see him like perform this live, it is just amazing. It's totally, something you just have to look it up on YouTube and just see, him sing this song live. I saw even recently he just popped up at like a Jonas Brothers concert and performed it too. Like, he's just performing it at different things.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, it's just a classic song, and it's fun because also, this was one of the ones that I was just kind of playing for Idris for a little while, and he kind of just liked the song and would watch that, and then that kind of got him interested in watching the whole Mario Brothers movie. So it's like the first movie he, watched all the way through, and but yeah, we would kind of just like sing along to the song, and he would try and like, he'd just be like, peaches, 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 like to try, like sing along. But it was just great. It was fun, for us to kind of share that together. But yeah, classic song, iconic. Go check it out.
Excellent.
First movie is like, it's so perfect.
I know. I'm hoping if the timing is right and he's old enough, if they make a sequel in a couple of years, maybe that'll be the first one he sees in theaters. That might be kind of a cool,
that would be wonderful
thing. We'll see.
I love the way
I'm already like planning this out.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, gotta have goals, right? Yeah. Excellent.
Well, as always, we're all over the board, and we're all over the And that's my favorite thing about Pentatonix music and Pentatonix fans, because you never know what you're gonna get.
It's true. That is true.
Very true.
I am supposed to do a tweet of the week or of the month or whatever.
Or of the year, or
A tweet
yeah.
catch up. But there's like literally
Nobody
nothing.
tweets anymore. It's just
First
like
of all, Twitter is not a thing that people do anymore. In terms of the band.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not.
right?
I'm not going to give it up yet. I know.
Oh no,
I know.
I'm still on it.
Yeah.
I'm still on it because it's a habit I just can't quit. But like they used to be on it constantly, all the time. And like it used to be like people they would just get ridiculous, like, just being wild. I think Kevin is like the whole Catie thing started on that on
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
That's true.
like it's just it isn't, but that's okay because we're growing and we're doing the things. But Matt Salee recently sang for the Ravens, the national anthem. He sang at the Baltimore Ravens game, and he tweeted, "Such an honor." And I think, sorry, cough attack. It just kind of encapsulates like what I think we're about to dive into. Like this year for them has been like what goals and what dreams and what like um like what bucket list items can I mark off? And I remember his first tour, he did that huge speech about being a dreamer and like never giving up his dreams of doing stuff and how it led him to being on stage with Pentatonix. And like he's always been a Baltimore Ravens fan and like he's always wanted to do this. And it was freezing cold and it was rainy and like he still didn't let it stop him from doing it. And I just think we gotta love Matt Salee.
Drama free. We love it.
Drama free. Matt Salee. Also,
That's so
Twitter
cool, though.
is no longer Twitter. Since we've been off the podcast, it's no longer Twitter.
It's still Twitter. I still call it Twitter. It's still Twitter.
They can pry that name out of my cold dead hands. I'm afraid. I don't know. I can't call it X.
The point
it's
now
weird.
That it's been gone. It's now like X and like whatever. I will never call it X or whatever.
I have my icons sorted on my phone by color. And I still haven't moved it because it's like still with all the blue ones. It's just this little random black thing hanging out.
Can you do me a favor? Can you screenshot that and send that to Liz Lott?
She's seen it, and I won't because you'll see how many unread emails I have, and you'll kill me. So, but yeah, she's seen it.
I'm telling on you. If you don't know, Liz, our friend Liz has a problem when your phone apps are not. She's not mean. Like she's not like to each your own. But if she gets involved with sorting your apps, and then you get one out of place, she gets because like she likes them by color.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why I did mine because I saw her doing Allie's, and I was like, "That's cute. I should do that." And now I can't, but I get used to things being where they are, and so when that icon changed colors, I'm like, I can't move it because I won't ever be able to find it. But yeah, it's ugly anyway. So nice little detour, but I guess we do need to like get into the. Where are you now that I need you? Wow, our babies have been. They've been having babies. They're busy. Like there's things that have been.
Their babies are now walking.
That's. I can't deal with it. This is the section where we're gonna be like. This is the section where we're going to be like, we're going to talk about like 4 things and 400,000 things happened. I know we're going to miss a bunch. But
and so also, if there's anything in the chat that you all like specifically want us to talk about, please let us know because it's hard for us to figure out, what to focus on. So let us know in the chat and we'll keep an eye on it.
by like
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had two like general things on here. Like one was literally just like marriages, babies, dating. Like let's just talk about how the band members are thriving. Like let's just get into that.
We were on the we were very close to the wedding, the royal wedding of 2020.
The royal wedding.
And I don't know about y'all, but that like because we had just stopped podcasting, there were moments like catching up on the wedding and stuff like that I was like, I need to remember to talk about this. Oh wait.
Yes. Oh wait, we're not. Yeah. But have you ever seen such a lavish thing in your life? I was
so lavish, but at the same time, so
really
thoughtful,
intimate and special. Yes.
And so well done and so them.
It was very them.
Everything from like the guest piano. Like sorry, I'm dying of a cough attack. I'm just getting over the flu.
Oh no. That's not good. No, like the wall that had everybody's names to show you like what table you should sit at, like even that detail. I was like, this is a dream. It was an absolute dream. Like, I mean, Kina Gradis was there to sing. Like, I was like, goodbye. Like, everything sent me over the edge. Like, everything was beautiful about that.
I'm kind of mad. I have a vote because 1,000 years is my walking down the wedding. It has been for years. And so I don't want to like upstage him when I have that. But like, come on.
Yeah, everything was so sweet. The dancing at the reception was insane. Like, I mean, there was just it was all very personal to them. Like, no one else could have pulled any of that off. The guest piano was
just
awesome.
The thoughtfulness behind like every little thing. I mean, it really just showed, and it made the whole just moment so special. Like, I mean, just going back, I mean, you could just see just the happiness on everyone's faces there, and it was just it was. I don't know what else they could have done to make it any more perfect. I mean,
I really don't.
You know,
and the families were super involved, and I love that it wasn't just like, you know, Yes, that was so cute. Mark's family's amazing. Like, and you can just, I love, and there is nothing, I mean, from day one with them, really, it's just been like, I didn't even need to know him. I know that Scott loves the crap out of him, and that makes him, you know, I was like, I don't even need to know anything else. Like you can just tell that they are just absolutely over the moon for each other. And there's something really special about that.
Like they are their biggest cheerleaders.
And everybody needs that, right? Like you need you know, someone to, you know, be there for you. And I love that he's, you know, able to go on tour with them and like, you know, support, you know, because he's been supportive of the whole band from the beginning, and, you know, and so, and throughout the solo projects, obviously, as well. So,
yeah, I was going to say, I don't know timeline wise, it's a little messed up because I was late to kind of watching some of it, but Scott's, the Parallel, you know, album and how like a lot of it tied into, you know, their kind of, like love story. And there's the one that I think had scenes from the one video, I forget which song it was, had the scenes from the wedding and stuff as well. Like it was
Extraordinary, right?
Beautiful.
Was it Extraordinary? I think I had clips from that.
I can't remember. But yeah.
Or
oh yeah. Oh gosh, man.
Right?
Oh, there's a couple of those.
There might have been more than one that had
cry.
some stuff. I can't.
Yeah. This is how like when that album came out, we were all talking about like it's obviously exceptional, but because I'm like damaged and I need drama, like I wanted like angsty songs, which is why I felt like the Messer songs were just like so much more up my alley because they were kind of, you know, a little edgier and a little unrequited love drama, whatever. And I was like, Scott's album is so happy. Like, I'm crying, but I'm happy about it. Like, it's weird. But I'm like, I can't begrudge him any of that. Like, he did a really good job with it.
So somebody tweeted the other day that they want Scott to do a solo tour, and he was naming all of the songs that they wanted Scott to do.
Okay.
And I wanted to be like, I want the deep cuts, like the songs from the baby 14-year-old.
Oh yeah.
And that
I want to respect you all night long. That's what I want on a Scott Hoying tour. If that's not on the set list, I don't know that I can go. So
okay, I love that you went there. Of course you went there.
Of course I went there.
But the one that I want that was not noticed was Ghosts. Ghosts.
I thought you said goats, and I was like, what?
No,
did I miss one? Ghost. Yeah.
The bop of 2018.
I was jamming the cars in the song, and I had Idris with me, and then I started to play it because then I forgot that it, has not kid friendly, and so I immediately, oh wait, never mind. I wanted to jam to this, but nope. But I forgot about that until that popped up.
My babysitting job and go get a Diet Coke from McDonald's and blast Ghosts every day.
That's so funny.
I was like, if that's not on the set list, I ain't going.
I get it.
The part where they're at the locker and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like,
yeah.
So good.
That was a classic.
Anyway,
that was the classic.
We had the royal wedding.
Okay, we did. Yes, we've had various musical things coming out. We have a royal engagement that we need to discuss.
Listen, I've been chomping at the bit. I've been so well behaved. But
I'm never on Instagram, but whenever I am, I'm going to see a Kirsten post, and I'm going to see a Catie comment right under a Kirsten post talking about how gorgeous she is. Like, that's a guarantee. Like, as soon as yeah.
Or her shoes. Either her or her shoes. You will never know. She got engaged in Japan.
Which is again, so her, yeah.
If you could tell baby Kirsten, you're going to get engaged to the love of your life while on tour with the love of your life and your child in your favorite place in the world. And she got her nails done at her favorite, at Essie Nails. And she goes, she's been going there since 2014, 2015.
Yeah. No place I'd rather be type of, yeah.
So perfect. And I still want to be the tour nanny. I'm still really upset that I'm not the tour nanny, but whatever.
You would be wonderful at it.
I would have so much fun. But watching the engagement happen and watching Ileana just toddle around on stage during sound check, and they're all just hello, little one, and it's just
they're all obsessed with her. She's obsessed with them, But
her relationship with each of them is so different. Like Mitch is so calm and peaceful, and Kevin is just the spectacle. It's what sounds like you're gonna make. How you're the person who makes the really, really cool, awesome sounds, and I love you because you have a really awesome smile too, and you're incredible, and I love you.
The first time I saw Mitch holding her, I think I spontaneously burst into tears. I was like, "What's wrong with me?" It was just so cute because she was babbling. She was just babbling, and he's just like, "That's so interesting." I love that. I love that.
Kevin is such a dad, though. Kevin knows exactly what to do to be I'm gonna mess with it. But and then Scott's like, "Hey, bestie, what you gonna do?"
Well, yeah. I love it.
And when they did the mommy and me wigs,
I know.
And
I
I'm so
wondered. I
glad.
really did wonder, like, how the babies and the spouses and the whatever was going to change the tour dynamic. And I love what's
It just
happened.
makes
Like,
it better.
it's made it so much
Yeah.
better. Well, and
Um,
I saw a cameo that Mitch did talking about how this tour, it was like, it's not easy, but it's so laid back.
I
And
love
I was like, I love that for you because
love
you could, I mean, they've been a decade of just nonstop. So I love that they can,
Yeah.
even when they're working, have like a cool working environment.
post COVID. They've really
Mm-hmm.
tried to prioritize that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think for COVID, they didn't know what would happen if, I don't want to say the hustle stopped because they're still hustling. Like they're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Like there was no.
Well, they're actually taking breaks sometimes too, or like intentionally like setting time to do other things, and that's healthy. I think that's important.
Well, just like you were
Yeah.
talking about with like the solo work
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
how it's also different. Like we've always said from the beginning that anytime they do anything independently or extra, it just
Mm-hmm.
makes it stronger.
Yeah. It makes them better. Yeah.
But
Because
these
I mean, all of that experience with, different writers, different producers, and the experience of recording alone is only going to make you stronger when you come back to the group. So
yeah.
yeah, I think, I'm never mad about them doing that kind of stuff. So
But also these engagement pictures. These engagement pictures have been everything. There's one where they have like the car and she's sitting on the car and Ben's smoking a cigar. And
I love,
it looks very like Havana. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I loved that one.
Yes, she's so pretty. Like, it makes me angry. Like, I have to, like, okay, I need a break. Like, she's so pretty. She looks really, and
Shoes.
happiness looks amazing on her. Motherhood looks amazing on her. Yeah.
She's just so happy and she's so confident.
Mm.
And like, what's making me even happier is remember when Ben did like the photo shoot that was for her for no other reason than to just make her feel confident. And it turned into like the 12 Days of Kirsten content. Like they
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I didn't. And
I
now
man.
it's turned into like the engagement version of it. And like,
Yeah.
it's so cool to see that like the confidence she kind of got from that and from him and just from life
Mhm.
has translated to these engagement pictures.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Because I'm out of kind of the gossipy loop, I guess, a little bit. Do we know a date or an idea or?
These engagement pictures and stuff like that, like I'm feeling like it's soon.
Soon, yeah. Well, when I first saw it and I saw the white dress and I thought, did we miss it? Did they elope? I was like, I was gonna throw a fit. I was gonna throw a fit. You know what I
I'm
mean?
so pissed.
Yeah. It was honestly, it wasn't even for me. I honestly thought of like the Caties of the world. I was like, oh, she's gonna throw a fit.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Like I
Yeah.
get it. I would get it, but at the same time, I'd be
Oh,
pissed.
sure. Oh, yeah.
Like
Needs to be a moment.
Yeah, it needs to be a moment.
what they doing? Give me till the end of the episode. That'll be our game. Hassan, that's our game. We're gonna predict the date of the wedding.
Okay. I'm in. Oh, I'm in. Let's do it.
Like no, rest play it back, wow.
I'm in.
But yeah, and so it looks like the sweet Kevin Alusa family is doing well too.
Yes.
We got to see Lee at the 2023 Grammys, which happened since we've podcasted.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Did they have the Hollywood
Walk of Fame?
I was just thinking
that
about that. I think we've talked about it. Have we not? Maybe not.
Hold on, give me 1 minute. Give me one
Right.
minute. This is my superpower.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep track of what happened when.
If it's when I
is.
did it, hold on. Guys, I don't think we've talked about this.
Oh no. Okay.
Please hold. If I got this right,
I don't think so, because the Walk of Fame.
Don't tell me. I'm figuring it out. Well, we know that they've been to the Grammys since, and they've had an album nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, the Holidays Around the World album nominated for a Grammy, and I believe this is
Walk of Fame was February 21st, 2023.
Okay.
So yeah, we didn't talk about it.
We haven't talked about it.
I still got it.
You still got it. That feels longer ago. That feels longer ago. I'm telling you, time is not a real thing. That's, not a real thing.
And then, when with
I love
Matt,
this.
I'm trying to remember the timelines here as well.
Okay. Can you see
Matt's? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Matt and Sarah.
Oh, Matt and Sarah. We did talk about Matt's wedding.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this will be Matt's second Grammy.
No, he doesn't have a Grammy yet. He was maybe nomination.
I meant nomination.
Yes, yeah, second nomination.
No.
We still haven't gotten
Grammy,
a win yet.
Yeah, no win. When the Grammys are coming up in a few weeks, right? Or is it in February?
Yeah,
I think February.
They got married. Matt and Sarah got married 2 years ago, January, like beginning of January.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. And Scott has an Emmy as well now. Is that correct?
Scott has an Emmy.
Yeah. So, that happened. We're like, he's halfway to an EGOT. I like telling people that I'm only 4 awards away from an EGOT, and they're like, "Oh my God, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but I mean, everybody is. So,
and if you would have told us a year and a half ago that the band member that's the most active now online to an extent is Mitch,
I was just talking to my friend about that. Yeah, yeah.
So I won an Emmy for Best Music Direction for a piece that he co-arranged for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Which is, crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah,
the Super Bowl.
But then he
just
casual.
He's also writing songs for the Disney World stuff or Disneyland thing.
Thank you for saying that's what I was
right. And we're gonna talk about Centaur World too, because oh my God, Centaur World.
But also, did y'all see Scott's TikTok? That was like Scott and Mark doing their predictions and like what they wanted to happen for 2023, and they put it up on the first day, like on New Year's Day of 2024, to like that had with like pictures and videos of like
no, I haven't.
I want to have like the most epic wedding with like blah 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 blah, and it shows
okay
the wedding and like I want to have to do this and like blah blah blah. It was really
nothing like just casually crushing all of your goals, nothing like that. So wow.
Also, new homeowners.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Scott and Kirsten.
Oh, yeah.
Kirsten moved too.
Oh, yeah. That's cute. That is cute.
Being,
Yeah.
I visited my sister in Los Angeles for Christmas this year, and everywhere we would go, I was like,
Just on the lookout.
does this look familiar? Does this look familiar? No,
Oh,
that's
that's
creepy.
funny.
Don't let it look familiar.
Yeah,
Like I didn't
don't.
want to. I didn't want it to like. I wasn't like being like
Don't be that guy, Catie.
right, but I was also like, wait, have I seen that tree before? Like what the heck?
That tree.
But
While we're
also,
talking about like new developments and stuff, I guess we do have to talk about Mitchell casually like soft launching a new
Mhm.
boyfriend, right? So that's
I do
cute.
not think anything about it was casual though. I think he had something calculated. Like today,
Clearly.
da 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 da. I'm gonna show a fingernail.
I'm
On
gonna show
Friday,
sitting at a cafe and there's 2 place settings. Oh,
correct.
like
On Thursday, I'm gonna show that there's 2 shadows in this picture. And the
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
lowest, most calculated. Madison Tellis would be so proud of the risk management that went in to the.
That's a good
Sorry,
point.
our friend Madison is a like risk management. Like she was in charge.
She's like
of
a
making
rocket
sure-
scientist, though. Yeah, like
But
literally
her
rocket
job was to like
scientist.
walk through anything that possibly could have gone wrong in any scenario with the launch. She had a plan for, like a safety plan for.
Love
Like it was so well done, and it was so cute and so sweet, and I love it. And I just want that angel
I
human of
know.
the little bean to be so happy.
Because there's like truly no one more deserving. Like he's so just genuinely kind. And I hope that everything is wonderful and that we can celebrate a little bit more officially. Whenever his timing is, I am ready. I am ready to be there for that. So
Will the significant other be in pictures at a
certain red carpet event, maybe? Or
at a Ben and Kirsten wedding?
At a Ben and Kirsten wedding. I feel like he's a prime candidate for a +1, eh? I like that. That's a good prediction.
True.
Just thinking to make a nice Grammy day.
We've got weddings, engagements, significant others. Let's see.
Yeah, a lot has happened, but it sounds like a lot more on the horizon too, which is exciting.
Yeah.
But also, I guess the big ticket thing that happened recently, is the tour.
Yes.
Did you all? Who went to a show?
Catie went. I have not. I did not get to go this year, but I have seen all the clips. I know.
They were in my town.
Yeah, you can't pass it up when they come. I had to factor in. Yeah, they didn't come within
did you,
like 4 or 5 hours of me. So,
Catie, did you do VIP?
I didn't, and that made me sad. It was one of the few times that I had to be like, Catie, you're an adult. You just moved. I like literally to the minute, like Missa was with me, and like literally walking in. I did do VIP for the summer, August, September show that I saw in Duluth. I did do VIP
there was another
tour.
I can't believe
there were multiple tours.
There have been multiple tours since we talked last.
Yeah,
that's right.
Which, by the way,
I did see. Yeah,
my people at this school don't know me as the Pentatonix person, and so all of my like new school friends like would see me on my Instagram story and stuff like that, and they were like looking at my concert clips and stuff like that, and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I live a double life."
A double Hannah Montana wig. Let's go. All right.
I will say because Mahina and I did the Christmas
you did
tour. We did the VIP
for Christmas. Okay.
Yeah, because that's part of the Patreon, the perk to get the free
That's
tickets.
right.
Whatever, we redeemed it for that show. And then I downgraded after that for the Patreon thing. But I will say though, it actually made me kind of reconsider almost, because I will say this was one of the better VIP experiences. Not consider obviously not having the FaceTime with the band and all that,
Sure.
so it's not the same as it used to be. But given how that's been and kind of seems to be the new kind of norm.
Mhm.
I kind of liked it. They had this whole like area where you would go to and just kind of hang out,
It looks very
ahead of
nice.
time. Yeah, it was all decked out. There was lots of just food and drinks and stuff there, and it was just nice to just kind of chill in that dedicated area for a bit before the concert, and
Cool.
everything went smooth. They gave a couple things in there, like all the VIP merch. There was no signed poster or anything like that, but then they also had additional merch that they then mailed to you. So they also mailed like a beanie, socks, and I think a candle or something. So like they had a bunch of good stuff that came with
I
it.
love that.
Yeah, so I kind of like, I was like, all things considered, like I was pretty happy with kind of the because it's not on the list anymore, right? So it's the first
Right.
time it's a new company doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope this is something they continue.
I'm glad you had a good experience.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, it was nice. We were trying to just enjoy whatever we got, whatever the experience was with the Patreon ticket, and it was fun. But it was nice to do VIP, get to see them a little bit again. I was trying to ask a question. It was funny because I was trying to ask a question during VIP, and usually, like, if Scott's the one picking, like, he'll like kind of like pick on me and ask a question, but they had somebody else, like the VIP coordinator, like kind of picking. And towards the end, Scott was like, Hassan, because the other person picked somebody else. Like, he was like trying to like almost like pick me, but so I didn't get to ask a question. But then when we went up for the photo op, he's like, "Hey, Hassan, what was your question? You always ask these really thoughtful questions. Like, what were you going to ask?" Like, he was asking, to know.
That's
and I was like,
nice.
don't worry about it. But yeah, it was a
That's
fun
so
experience,
funny
and just a fun show.
It was a very fun show.
That's what I've heard, and I've heard that they are sounding better from all the clips I've seen. I think they're sounding better, like this last 2 years, like because I saw them the Christmas tour last year, and I was absolutely blown away with how good they sounded.
Yeah,
like, and I think I think they're just which is amazing to me that like, because you would think after all this time you'd start to see like fatigue on the voice, and there definitely were some years in the middle there where like the end of a summer tour, you could tell that they were at the end of a summer tour. But yeah, I don't know that we're here yet, but I do want to talk about the RCA Christmas versus independent label thing at some point in this.
Just to your point, I do think that they have learned after so many years, like, even in like the On My Way Home documentary, they talk about how like if they're sick or if they don't take care of like their voices and their bodies, like they're screwed. And so like the fact, like they've learned so many things about like keeping safe and well. And stuff is good.
Well, the technology they have now to be able to perform off stage when one of them is sick,
I know,
that's wild. I love that they're able to do that, because I mean, what would you do? Like there's you can't go on without one. Like, yeah.
I love that they call it Christmas jail.
Oh, cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
And they have a B stage.
Yeah, although they didn't use it at our show, so I don't,
Okay.
So it didn't seem like, I guess it wasn't every concert.
It did make standing awkward because like we were like up front and standing, but then like not everyone behind us was standing, and so like then you turned around to the B stage. And it was like weird, like I'm gonna be in the back and y'all all are sitting, but I'm gonna stand. Like, weird.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen because I had heard that was a thing, but they never, at least at our show, never entered the stage.
Interesting.
But To what you were saying earlier, Karen. So yeah, I think it was the summer tour. They were or around that time they released I Rise, and people were
Yeah.
like, "Wait, it's not through RCA. Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
So I was like, "Let me just ask them at VIP." And so I used that as a VIP question. They were saying how they're still with RCA for Christmas music, but they are going to be releasing originals and covers more, independently, and that their goal is to kind of sprinkle them out here and there, periodically, and just kind of continue to do that independently.
That's good.
It makes
I mean,
me
I think
happy.
it makes me happy. I do have mixed feelings in the sense that going in, I mean, if talking about like doing the occasional cover, the occasional single, I mean, I know that you all remember like the excitement around an original album, like how that was. I mean, I hate that the more recent efforts haven't really been promoted well.
Original
And
album week was so much better than the other
yes,
Lucky Ones album release.
Lucky Ones.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the what's the Home one? Is it just Home? What's the one called? I forgot. The one that they kind of recorded from home. I mean, I loved that album, and it just got, I don't know. So whoever is going to give them the promotion and the priority that that they need, I'm in favor of. And if RCA isn't willing to do that, then they need to find someone else. I do miss the vibe of like we've put all of this together for you instead of like piecemeal. But I do recognize also that's really not how pop music works anymore. Like, I mean, there's so much more emphasis on the single and the collab than there is on an album by someone. I mean, I don't know. There's definitely a shift in, especially when you're thinking about like, I got to put out as much music as possible. I don't have time to write an album, but I can write a single, and I can write another single in 2 months. And that's how you keep fandom engagement. So I'm like, as long as something's coming out, I'm gonna, I'll be happy with that. But I also know that they're definitely entering a, married/parent phase of life that doesn't lend itself to being as active in that regard. So I'm curious to see how the group matures in that. And I mean, I was talking to a friend earlier, and she mentioned something along the lines of a lot more instrumental music being included, and that being like, accepted as that's the path that Pentatonix is on now. And I know that's going to ruffle some feathers of the purists.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember when there used to be like outrage that there was a whistle blown in rep?
I thought you were going to start the game right there. You're going to say rep. I thought you were going to do it.
I'm just talking about like that used to be the level of like acapella,
like pure supremacy of But
I mean, they just continue to, I guess, really, try new things, experiment with it, which is fun. But to your point, I'm going to tie this in a little to we got a question on Twitter from Joel. Shout out to Joel about what are your guys' honest opinions on the band basically transitioning to traditional Christmas band, that being the main focus now. And I guess for me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think like there's a perception certainly of it, but I think part of it is that of RCA as a huge label is the one promoting the Christmas stuff. Whereas if they're releasing things independently, right, it's not necessarily the same backing and marketing push of a huge label like that. And so I hope that they do put in the effort and push on that. Like I hope they, like I Rise came and released and was kind of, like that. I mean, that was the one and only example we've had in recent times yet of that independent release. So I'm hoping there's more push on it. But
was Creep
Christmas
done independently? I mean, I guess it's a cover, but was
I actually no, you're right. I think it was, but I don't know how much
though, because that was also premiered, like they sang it on Masked Singer for the first
on the Masked Singer.
So that was like, but
okay.
Here's the thing. This band started on a like a competition show, They
Mhm.
were promised a record label, like a
Mhm.
label, moved out to LA, got dropped,
Mhm.
and then they didn't let that stop them. I think
Right.
that
Yeah.
if they're going to release original music and they're going to be excited about original
Mhm.
music, which I still think that I personally think they still have that desire to do that and they still have more to say, especially
Mhm.
because they all are in such a different
Oh, for
area of
sure.
their life. I think if
For
they
sure.
want to release original music and are proud of it and excited for it, it's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that they're making sure to put themselves in a position
Mhm.
where there's nothing that's going to get in the way of
Mhm.
saying what they want to say.
If there's one thing that I would wish, and I know that this comes from a place it comes from a little bit of a selfish place, but I miss like a couch cover. And I mean,
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I want
miss,
to on the wall.
obviously, there's a lot to be said about like do live streams, like connect with us in whatever way that, they may not feel comfortable doing that, and I understand that, but there is definitely, I miss the days of, yeah, we're in the middle of a tour and we're working on such and such and we're working on such and such, but this is the song that we can't get out of our heads because it's on the radio all the time. Here's our version of it just because we love you. And so, and I know that at a certain point, a band can't just give away music for free, but also, yeah, they can. And so there's a part of me that's like, I wish that every now and then we could get something like that. Just, hey, we were thinking about you, and here's the latest Dua Lipa song. I don't know. Like, I mean, just, so,
If they had
what?
done, what if they had done, what was I made for?
I was just thinking about that. Like, as soon as you gasped, I was like, yeah, that would have been gorgeous. That would have been gorgeous. And, there's no, I don't know if someone came along and just kind of put them off of doing pop covers like that, or if it's just, you know, because I know for a while, I mean, there's always going to be critics, of stuff like that, of like all they do is covers, which clearly isn't true. But if you don't dig below the surface, like you won't know that. So I don't know.
Why
That's
is
kind of
that
my
big unacceptable, but being a Christmas band?
sure, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
here's
Yeah.
my thought on that is it's the same with not being as active on Twitter. I think
Mhm.
we wanted them to get big in,
Mhm.
Hollywood Walk of Fame, like star status. But with that, it kind of comes with a price of some distance, whether
I have,
it's
I have to
maturity.
pause 1 second and get a charger. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. No,
But you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like being married, having
Yeah.
kids, growing up. It,
They have these other these other I mean, one, I think they've done enough of that legwork to where they can take a break every now and then if they need to, and kind of for that, their own sanity. Like, it doesn't have to be 365 days a year that they're working, right? They have families now. They all want to experiment and try solo stuff, and that just, when they come back together, that makes things stronger and better. But it's that they have other priorities and focuses. Gone are the days of the spree casts and
Yeah.
the Twitter follow sprees and all these other things that would have. But to that end, they're doing big things that we all wanted them to do, and so it's
it
cool. But
kind of makes it sad though. When it's
yeah,
like when they went away with private performance.
yeah,
Get it, it makes sense, but it
Yeah.
doesn't make it less.
yeah. I just hope they obviously will continue to do what they do. I do hope as they experiment with their sound and do more and kind of add all this production stuff to it. Like, I'm all for them trying new things and all that. I do hope that every now and then we do continue to get, like, even if it's not the the couch covers, with that, but even just live performances like they did recently, right, with like Kiss from a Rose and stuff, right? Blown away by that.
Man,
Fantastic, right? Like that's the stuff that, like, when you see the band, you're like, oh wow, it's coming from them. It's that magic that comes from it versus like, just the regular releases of stuff. So I hope, they kind of at least continue that as part of what they do going forward, because that stuff is too good.
I agree. I completely agree. I will say at the end of the day, I trust them. I do
Yeah.
trust them. There have been a lot of different times in this crazy years of all of this that I've been like, what? Like, what do you do? What? And it's always been such an incredible thing.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I
No,
will say, though,
I agree.
I do hate, like, I know that as I've grown up, I've established boundaries and had to have some like work life balance and some things like that. And as much as I hate that they're not constantly like stalking Twitter and like randomly liking stuff that you posted like 3 days ago, like I get it. I think it's healthy and good for the longevity.
Yeah. I agree. That's the price to pay for, them
Yeah.
getting big and all that. But hey, that's we're there to support them. We're there to just go along for the ride, and the oh, one second. Ref, play it back.
Womp, 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 womp. Womp, 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 womp. I was like, Maheen?
All
Oh
right.
my gosh. So I think we need to make some predictions.
Wait,
I
is
don't know.
Karen?
Is
Now
she
I'm
frozen?
realizing I wonder if she's frozen.
Is she
Can you hear us,
frozen?
Karen?
Karen?
Oh,
No. What happened? I bet when she
maybe she wasn't
moved.
able to get to the or wasn't
Well,
able
this
to get
is
to the
perfect.
charger in time. Oh, there we go.
Is she back?
We have two Karens. Let me see if I can remove the other one. Oh no, I don't want to do that.
That's scary.
Because it says once you remove, you will not be able to re-add them to the Zoom. And I'm like, I don't
That's scary.
I'm so
Hello?
sorry.
You just missed Hassan's segue.
Oh, I did. Okay.
He made me think it
Yeah,
was
we didn't
Mickey.
realize it was frozen because we still see her video, and then we're like, oh wait, she's not
Oh
saying anything. Oh no.
In fact, I still see your.
no,
There's two of you.
Yeah, I'm just
no, my
scared to
computer
remove you. I
died.
can, but it says like if you remove, you'll never be able to add them back to the Zoom. And I'm like,
Oh
I don't want to do that.
no, sorry, my computer died and I couldn't.
Story of my life. So we're doing some wedding date predictions.
Wedding date prediction. Yes, I know exactly what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm going to say March 2nd because it's a Saturday and it's also my birthday. So
Shut up. I was gonna say early March too. Okay, I'm gonna go March 8th.
Okay.
Because let's think about it this way. If you get into April might be a clear month. But May is Kirsten's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
June is Ileana's birthday.
Yep. And band anniversary.
And anniversary.
What can I do about this?
Let's see. I'm gonna say
Oh,
April 13th.
okay.
Ooh,
Just
okay.
changing it up.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take it. This is exciting.
Yes. I've made a note of it, of course, because I always do that. So I
I
have us
love
on.
that you do that.
It's so. I don't know. I just doodle and take notes in every meeting at work. So it's just like that's kind of what this feels like right now. Except way more fun.
I was about
I was
to
about to
say,
say, I hope it doesn't feel
call
like
this
work.
work.
No,
Here, just
way
call
more
this-
fun.
are people in the comments leaving their predictions?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea in the comments. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of good notes. So shout out to Fredneck Teddy, who had a lot of good fun
Oh, thank
comments. I was reading along. Let me see if I can anything here. They said the way I see it is that over the years they've proven themselves over and over. I think by now they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
I love it. Very
absolutely.
true.
Absolutely. But wait, is the wedding going to be in LA or Texas?
Is this another prediction?
Because Texas, like, her family wouldn't have to travel. New York people, like her Broadway people, could get there, and
Uh,
LA people, or maybe LA.
I
I
still
feel
think
like
LA.
LA.
I still think LA.
I'm leaning towards LA. I think it would be so sweet to do it in Texas, but I think LA, which is so cool because I love that LA has become home for her because at the beginning she was kind of like,
Hesitant to call it that. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Rye says LA.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, definitely folks can add some comments and stuff later as well. We'll check in on that and see
I can't wait to
what
be
it is. Oh,
ready.
Taylor says destination wedding question mark.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. I like the way you think, Taylor.
Mm.
And then
Like
Fred next
something
says
nice
is
to see.
March 16th in LA is their prediction.
Oh.
March 16th in LA. Okay.
Okay. 316. Hmm.
Why is 316?
Well, I was
Oh,
just thinking about because doesn't Kirsten have Philippians 4:13 on her ankle? Is that
shut up.
that's what I was just thinking. Like if Hassan's right,
Right.
Wait.
because of that,
Total
I'll
coincidence,
like
but that would have been funny.
I'll give
Right
you
here.
like
Oh my God.
that would be really
Yeah, I
cute.
secretly like did all this research and like came up with this whole thing before this, and you.
It's like I have a theory. I have a theory.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Well, I think that kind of.
Gosh, I know we've missed so much, but like, yeah, that's the highlights probably.
I know. I'm going to spend the rest of the night being like, well, we didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about Kevin's video dancing to that Boo Thing song with the little ghosty. I saw that came across my timeline today, and I was like, I forgot how much I cried laughing at that. So
I
yeah,
also feel like I never talk about Kevin enough because no matter how much I talk about him, I still can't talk about him enough.
I know he's just a little sunshine.
Yeah.
I took a picture of him at the Christmas show,
Mm.
and it was like it made me like full on like pout because it was like the happiest face. He's like I was like, you are joy. You are joy.
Mm-hmm. Love that. I miss them. I need them to do another summer tour so that I can see them sooner, but I also know that that might not happen this year, but that's okay. We'll find them again. So do you want to I know we don't want to set a date or anything, but we do probably need to especially if they win the Grammy, we probably need to have a little conversation about that at some point, and then after the wedding, we'll have to give points to whoever was right or closest. So
should we do a tentative March date? So basically, it could be me and Karen were right, or
or to be determined, or
or to be determined, or maybe we'll have
Hassan is going to be right.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what we were thinking. Is each time we'll sort of play it by ear because it's hard to keep up with a regular cadence when things are kind of up and down. It's always everything at once, and then it's just slow for a while. But I think March sounds.
You should keep a list going.
Oh yeah. So we don't have to struggle to remember everything. But no, I'm excited to see what might come. I know he teased in one interview that there's some big project coming up they've been working on for so long that he's excited about, and there's all these rumblings of potential things that have been in the works, and I'm just excited to see. Oh, we didn't even talk about Candy Cane Lane.
We didn't even talk about Candy Cane Lane. We're fake fans.
Yeah, there's just too much. Too much has happened.
Funny.
But yeah, we'll definitely keep up with some sort of a periodic pop-up review and
all I can say is Christmas icons.
Absolutely. Always and forever. And I mean, we know that there's so much more that they have to show us still. And I think they might even find one or two Christmas songs that they haven't done. And one of the other conversations I had was talking about how they rearranged Oh Holy Night for this album.
Yeah.
And how that really, in addition to being awesome and a really cool choice, it opens the door for them to reimagine some of their earlier stuff, because I think the first PTX Miss, as awesome as it is, they're so much better now. I think they could do a lot with all of that.
Well, not even just better, they're more confident. Even Hallelujah, the ending to Hallelujah completely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I could see that one also. Just that one's popular anyways. Imagine they do an updated version, that would be a big one.
Right. And there may be some legal issues with a few things, but I think but
true.
Maybe not. So I mean, it would have to be completely different. It would have to be completely different, what they did with the client. So yeah,
it's true.
But anyway, I love that.
But thank you to those that joined in the chat and we're chatting along. We appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, hearing from all of you and just catching up. But that's gonna wrap things up for today. So we love hearing from all of you. But now we want to give our social media handles. Reach out. So Catie and Karen, where can people find you online?
I am Cat Liz Hancock on Twitter, and I am C Hancock 223 on Instagram.
I had to think about it for a second because
she's KL Pick at
it's KPick81 on Twitter and KL Pickens81 on Instagram. Yeah.
And I'm on Twitter at Hassan with 120. That's HASSANAHMED120. And on YouTube at youtube.com/theworldof. You can also find our podcast at that'sptxtome.com, or on Twitter and Instagram at that'sptxtome. And you can email us at that'sptxtome@gmail.com. Thank you all. As always, take care. Happy New Year. And see you next
Talk to you soon.
Hi.
I have a dog
time.
who is like, why are you still awake?